The debate style program where we investigate topics no one else has the guts, tenacity, or interest to investigate. The object of the show is simple: secure victory for your team's candidate using facts, obscure knowledge, and trash talk. Tonight, it's Loki versus Tyrion on West Coast Geeks versus a mixture of what mortals refer to as science and magic. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge what a brilliant plot device that is? Every time there's something in one of those movies that I just don't seem to understand, you can just toss it up to science magic. Technobabble is now a thing of the past. You don't need to explain shit. Doctor Who! Science magic! And time travel with your Doctor Who, yes. Wobbly wobbly, sciencey magic-y. Loki was the son of a frost giant adopted by Odin. But how did Loki learn to appear human as an infant?
That was the plot.
Science magic. Thor destroyed the Rainbow Bridge, severing the link between worlds, resulting in Loki falling off, lost in the vastness of space. So how did Loki return to Earth to appear in the Avengers?
Flying on a bed.
Science magic. Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, is an incredibly fit human being who looks like the cover of a Harlequin romance novel. So how come Loki has more fangirls? Science magic. And I also think Tumblr had something to do with that. You know what? Let's get into that aspect just a little bit. I think Loki is a cool character and all, an awesome villain, and I can see why maybe one or two people would find him attractive, but the amount of people that find Loki attractive. I mean, on paper, he doesn't look like he'd be the best boyfriend. What would his internet dating profile say? All-powerful god looking to trick foolish mortal into conceptual relations. I am an incredibly gifted sorcerer, able to create illusions and warp your perception of what is and is not real. Also, I have trust issues. I enjoy groups of people kneeling before me. And in my spare time, I get hammered. So according to Marvel Comics, the Norse gods weren't really gods per se, just very powerful alien beings from an entirely different plane of existence or science magic. Either way, they visited Earth in the past, and then Vikings totally believed they were gods, and Odin did shit all to correct this. So between this and other withheld truths the All-Father had, is it any wonder that Loki has a skill for lying out of his ass? I half expect Loki to turn to his father and say, I learned it from you! I accused my parents! In Norse mythology, Loki is the god of mischief. In Marvel mythology, Loki is the god of mischief in a silly hat. But does that make him the master manipulator? Yeah! Do you know what? Fuck you, George R.R. Martin. I love you, you're a genius, you probably created the best fantasy series of our generation, but still fuck you. You have fucked me up emotionally more than any past romantic breakup has ever done. And by that, I mean more than one past romantic breakup. Don't feel bad, it's in the past. So nothing now, it's in the past. I just find these people. We're yeah, my science magic. Okay, so I am sorry, George R. R. Martin. I may have just said some things I don't really mean. You get back! You're getting as soon as you're on stage. I said some things I don't really mean because I know you're listening to this podcast. But come on, man. Why do you write such terrible things happening to good people and Theon Greyjoy? And what's worse, you made us grow attached to these characters and then disposing them. It's like as if I was a lonely slave and you gave me a puppy to be my only companion. There's tough times, but at least I have this puppy, and then you tell me to kill the puppy. That's not a metaphor, that happened in Storm of Swords. Fuck you, George R. R. Martin. I mean, I love you. I mean, I don't know. I can see why Game of Thrones has become so popular, though. It is the ultimate underdog story from the viewpoint of numerous underdogs. Always people love the underdogs. It's like the movie Rocky, except if Rocky was an exiled bastard, or if Rocky was a crippled boy, or if Rocky was a mother, or if Rocky was a little girl, or if Rocky was a Hodor. But definitely everyone's favorite underdog is Tyrion Lannister. Born into the douchiest house in Westeros. Seriously, his family makes it look like the Skywalkers are downright functional. Tyrion is born a dwarf and has to endure name-calling and mockery his entire life. Luckily, Tyrion is smart and he knows that he needs to read as much as he can because knowing is half the battle. But if you ask him what the other half of the battle is, I'm gonna get to my punchline eventually. He'd probably say the other half of the battle is wine and whores. That was a journey. Thanks for taking it with me, guys. The man has his priorities because he may be a half man, but he's all man where it counts. I'm talking, of course, about his brain and his penis. With the HBO Game of Thrones show, we can thank Tyrion for supplying an average of 3.5 boobs per episode. But does that make Tyrion the master manipulator? That's what we're here to find out. Let's meet the geeks and nerds! For Loki, Team Geek and your geek leader, hailing all the way from nowhere near Asgard. The only throne this guy held was from a bender which he had to Odin sleep off. The all-father of the accordion, Michael Lothian! He is a living myth. Let me try that again. He is a living myth, burdened with a glorious purpose. Warrior, bard, trickster, and madman, wearing emerald, green, and pitch black, a god of ice and fire, it's Aaron Golden! Right here. Keep it on. Cut this out of the podcast, but did Team Care Bear steal the 20-sided die? Anybody have another 20-sided die?
Look, they do, right there! That's qualification!
Oh, excellent, never mind. I don't know why you automatically accuse Team Care Bear.
They deserve it!
Alright, we're going to come back into this podcast as if it was magic. And...
Science magic!
Friendship is magic!
Well, not a billionaire playboy philanthropist yet. He does have a robot companion that keeps him alive. Ladies and gentlemen, and mostly ladies, please welcome Nick. How do you pronounce his last name? Tyrion, Team Nerd and your Nerd Herder. Brace yourselves. This debater will king slay you with laughter. Absolutely rock your socks off and hear you roar. Romeo Flying over the wall on the wings of a mystical three-eyed raven, leaping across the trident on a dire... fuck you, Keegan. Flying over the wall on the wings of a mystical three-eyed raven, lipping... Flying over the wall on the wings of a mystical three-eyed raven, leaping across the trident on the back of a direwolf, and terrorizing the villagers of the Riverlands on a motherfucking lion. It's your friendly neighborhood casting director, Keegan Impton Ain't Easy. She's right. She can toss down a bird. Her smile really lightens up a room. And once she gave birth to a terrifying shadow demon. There's no clever pun for that. Presenting the real girl on fire, it's Devona, bitch please I'm fabulous.
Fantastic.
Good. Ready to win. Okay, you heard it from them. Okay, let's get going. Let us roll for initiative, folks.
We got a 23.
What the?
How many times have I told you stop fucking with the dice?
Yes! The real dice, come on.
Science magic.
Yeah, come on, roll it. Come on, roll it. Okay, we got a 10. I was just wasting your time. They got a natural 20, so. And since they get a natural 20, they get an extra bonus. They can use their rebuttal token twice. All right, folks, do you want to go first or second, nerds?
We would love to go first.
You would love to go first. Well, today's your lucky day. You get to go first.